Hello and good morning. I'm back. I just wanted to show you where I was at and what I'm doing next. So the seam binding hasn't come yet. I got a little bit impatient. I looked at the blue for the side again and I decided to go with this nice crochet trim, and I'm glad I have. It's made it look a lot more subtle, which I like. So I've now stuck the Tim Holtz die there, put that web in there, bit of lace, this number and a little butterfly with some jewels on. So that's that. So I've kind of placed everything where I think-ish that I'm going to have it. I have laid down some paper ready, so I wanted to cut a hole out of this piece of paper to make it fit round the back of the eyelet. So I've done that. I've got this lovely little side pocket which yeah, thinking about it, I'm not going to be able to have it there because of the hole. Never thought about that. So yeah, might end up having that on here then. Let me just think about this. Might have it on this side. Right, ignore that. So I'm going to have this envelope on here somewhere, and my idea was that before I put the paper in, I'm going to put a slit in it and put the flap inside the slit and stick it down, so you haven't got this bit showing, so that's totally hidden. And I've ended up folding it up higher, so you've just got a little bit more, you know, space. So that's going to go somewhere because I didn't want to, if I could have stuck it down and had it as a pocket, but I really wanted to use it as an envelope, and I didn't want to stick it that way and lose that beautiful picture. So let's think that's going to go somewhere on there. And then this is the pocket, so I want that on the other side of the envelope. And I've got this lovely blue postcard, so that's going to go in there. Obviously this needs covering, collaging or covering. I've made a journal card there. Did that with a kit page, and I just printed it on the card and I've backed it as well. Let's just pop that back on so I don't forget where. And obviously this isn't set in stone. Once I've put the rest of the papers down, perhaps these colours or whatever, you know, won't go with it. So on this side I was going to cover this with manila card, or I've got some cream coloured paper which would probably be better. So this will flip out and then this will be a writing space, but I was going to put a little pocket inside with this little file folder, which I'll probably put a little pocket in, or I could put some lined paper in there. That would be quite good. So that's there. Yeah. That's it. I've cut these out. This was the Tracy Fox watercolour ones, and I've just printed the blue ones out. I'm not having them all in here. I've just placed them there. I did think I might make a pocket with one and then let it hold another, because I don't want it is birds, but you know, I want blue florals in it as well, and it'll just break the birds up. That was two little quotes what was in that kit, so I've just put them there because I'd like to use them. I did end up putting the string back on because my string was a bit brown and I prefer this. It's not a black, it's like a real chocolate brown, and it looked better than what mine did. So in here I'm going to make a little booklet and decorate it and put that on the front. It's going to have to go in that way, and it fits lovely that way, because if you do it the other way it obviously gets lost inside because this goes all the way down. I could have put a big tag in, but I've got a big tag on the other side, so I did quite fancy a notebook in there, but I obviously don't want to make a full size one and then have another full size one, because then I might as well have just used that to put the journal in, which I might do another time. I just thought of something else. I know it's on the other page now. So that's that. So turn it over. I've cut this is on paper, cut this out of a kit page. I'm going to stick it on some card and then recut it out, and I'm going to have that as a corner pocket on there. I do want something else on there. So this is the giant card, which I did print out on card, and I've just put a bit of lace in because it only actually came to there and then it got lost. So when I stuck it on another piece of card, I just went an inch over to just give it a bit more width. And then that's the paper from the Cockney Crafter. Yeah. Then I've put that paper there. I'd put it somewhere else as well. It probably mean there. Because if you remember, I stuck I put it there. I stuck the envelope a bit to the right so it wouldn't, you know, all be shoved in the spine, which then meant there was a lip, but I think that looks really good against the big tag, so that's worked out all right. And then I used the rest of that paper up there because I love it. So that's going to go somewhere on here with one of these little eggs and nests. I'm going to make it into a little booklet, so I'm going to get some more card and probably join it with some washi tape, and then I'll probably staple it in because it's only small. And then I've just shrunk some kit pages to make little pages, and then I've got the matching journal card there. So yeah, that'll go somewhere on here. I need to paper clip that in, and then I've glued the 2 pages like that I wanted to use for the journal. I love it. I can't wait to actually print this whole kit out and use it. I think it's beautiful. The blues, I mean, really it's like a lilac-y blue. Is that like a cornflower blue? But yeah, it's beautiful. So I've cut that out and I've inked around it and stuff, and I've just placed it there. So I feel like it's all coming together. Really pleased with it. This morning I just felt that I needed a few more decorations, so I've just bought these from Musings by Nikki. They just they're called washi, like digital washi strips. So I've printed 2 sheets out because I was thinking I'll probably want to do some edging down here somewhere, and I'll probably want it the same. So I thought these are great to have. You know, they cover quite a lot of space. I like And then, because she'd got a sale on, I noticed she'd got some bird stamps, and I haven't got a digital bird stamp kit, so I've bought them as well, because I thought, you know, they're a great size just to fill in. I've cut a couple of bird tags out, journal cards, and I have got a couple of pockets. I don't think I'll end up using them. And then I did cut that out, one of the kit pages. So I think I've got everything I'm going to need to finish it. I'm left with these 2 sheets, what I've not used yet. I've got the paler blue, what I used on the front, and then the bit of wallpaper. And I obviously want to put some book page and music page on to break the blue up. So I think I've got plenty to finish that off. Oh, and I added this extra strip because we're not using the blue strip. It made it look as if this was out of line, so I just put that one on and then put another cluster of stamps on. So I'm really pleased with that. I think it's nice. So that's that. I showed you yesterday, I found the paperclip now, that why I was making this. I was going to make the Amazon envelope with the journal, but I re-looked in my pile and I'd got another envelope with a pink journal, which I'm going to do like a shabby chic. So I thought I will do them two like together, because I can be gessoing one while I'm doing something to another. So the project that I'm going to do, I mean really I've nearly finished that bird one, but I want to start on some Edith Holden, because in my pile I've got the 2 manila folders, and I'd printed out the Botanical wildflowers from Porch Prints and just made these simple little journals up, which they need a cover and they need more adding to them, which I will sew straight through the middle, or I might even do an elastic so it can be a removable. But yeah, I wanted to do those with Edith Holden, so I've got 2 of those exactly the same. And I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, she's brought on out another kit, which is this is the original kit. I've just printed a couple of the pages out. I'm sure many of you have seen this. I know it's been really popular, and it is a great one to use with the Edith Holden, because the cream in it is very similar to the book pages. So she's brought out another kit, which I think the first kit is a lot more of these purples, and in this one it seems as if it's more pinks. It's still got the purples in, like that's got the pinks in, and they go together beautiful. So yeah, I had to have it because I absolutely love it. It's so like Edith Holden, and like I say, it's nice without Edith Holden, and it's beautiful with. So I've just printed this out. You get quite, I think it's a bigger kit than the original, because I did feel that the original had lots of pages, but it didn't have a lot of ephemera, whereas this seems to have less pages and more ephemera. So I feel now I've got both of them. I've got lots of both. So some nice different types of envelopes. So some coin envelopes, a couple of flags, some small envelopes. Yeah, she's done the layout very, very similar. And that was the only tags that you got in the other kit. So now it's got, you know, a lot better selection. I mean, Edith Holden or what? It's so similar. Oh, I love the calendar one. So yeah, we've got that. suppose you could use that. I don't know if that's supposed to be cut out. I suppose you could use those as collage sheets or cut the individual things out. I wish I'd have perhaps printed this on paper, but I couldn't reprint it. That's a nice page. And there's a couple of for little notebooks, which I love. And then there's the gas check one, which I do own this one. Don't know where the bottom is to that. Maybe it's further on. But I think that's different to the gas check that I've actually got. And a big envelope and some tabs. Some small envelopes. Another envelope. Then this is like a 4-slot pocket. And some diagonal pockets. I wonder if they go with the... I think they go with the gas check. Because you've either got... I don't know. I'm not sure if she's got a video on it, actually. I'll have a look at the listing. It might show you how it's made up. Oh, just showing that. And then the sheets, I've not backed them because I don't know if I'm going to use them for collage or not. If I end up using them as pages, I'll either do them with a tea or coffee stain, or I might print them, you know, back to back. There's some beautiful pages. I feel that this might be just a touch darker than the original kit, which I really do like. That's beautiful. Oh, you can see, wow. Yeah, let's just put it down back. So yeah, some lovely collage papers. That's nice. I was on about that yesterday, about having more landscape ones. And then these are like the journal pages. So I might print them out in card and put those on the fronts of the others. Well, that would make a nice front. Well, I'm really, really pleased with it. I've ummed and ahed. It must have been not yesterday, the day before that it came out, and I've looked at it several times. And I just hit buy now, and that was it. So that's that. So I was going to take apart an Edith Holden book so I can choose some front and back pictures for the cover. I had started this one. I hadn't realised that I'd started digging into it without taking it apart. So for those that aren't too sure about taking a book apart, what you do is, if you look down here, you can see all the signatures, and then if you go to the middle of a signature, that's where the stitching is. And you know, I'm not bothered if I break this spine or not. I have got, and this isn't a very nice cover anyway, it's quite dirty and that, so I just bend it as much as possible so I can see the tabs, and I just get my scissors in. Sometimes you poke your scissors in the paper. It's just one of those things if that happens, and then that allows you to take that signature out. But the front of the signature and the back is like glued in, so I leave those in till you know all the signatures are out, and then normally you have to just rip those out. So another way and I got this from JD at Willow Bound Journals, is an unpicker, which is probably a lot easier doing that because you're not doing the snipping action of the scissors, so I think you've got less chance of damaging the paper. And I got mine off eBay, £1, so I didn't own one. So just take those out, and then what I will do when I've taken them all out, I put them in a folder, and then I will sort them out into, am I keeping them this size, you know, for covers and things like that. I put the text pages somewhere separate, and the pages that have got like little bits that I possibly am going to fussy cut out, I'll put those in it. They'll be in the same folder, but I'll have, you know, the main pictures at the front, then I'll have the things that I could possibly want to cut out, and then the text pages. And then when I do start cutting things out, I'll perhaps just put them in a plastic bag and then keep that in the folder as well. I do like to keep my Edith Holden separate from other things. I don't know why. I just feel like it's a little bit more precious. I think it's because I do love it so much. I'd say it really takes me back to childhood, so I think that's why it seems precious. Can't get. Here's me saying, oh, this way's a lot easier. Then I can't do it. So it's a really, really simple way. It's just boring, really. But I do think that when I first started, I literally just teared the pages out that I wanted. And you end up ruining that many pages. Yeah, again, I can't get it. It's probably better to do it at a side on, actually. Yes, well, it's empty just then. Yeah, but for that, you know, just sit and do it in one session. That one didn't rip. Yes, a lot of the times it's like double cotton, but it's very robust paper. It's so beautiful. Find the next signature. Looks like we're on to autumn. And I also take the autumn and winter ones out, and I keep them separate. In the same folder again, I'll keep them right at the back. Because I do think, obviously you get the most flowers and wildlife and that in the summer, so if you look around at books, it's not very often you get pictures of, you know, leaves, fallen leaves and toadstools and berries and things like that. So I find that these kind of pictures are hard to come by, so I do save them. So when it is, you know, autumn, winter, I know that I've got some pictures to use. And I do lots of things with the text pages. I find them, see, like that, I wouldn't use that picture. It doesn't appeal to me at all. So I would want the text from this page. And it's great for making tags with, so I would get this, you know, stick it on some card and then make some tags, and then you can put your fussy cuts on or whatever you want to do with it. I also make pockets out of it, envelopes out of it. So at first I used to think, oh, there's a lot of text pages, but now I use the text pages. I don't feel like there's enough text pages, and there isn't, because it is really filled with pictures. But I do kind of know now, because I mean, this must be, I don't know, the 10th book that I've took apart of hers, so I kind of know that the pictures that appeal to me. Am I on the wrong page? No. Yeah, I know which pages I'm going to use and what I'm not. You know, when the first one I ever had, I loved, you know, I wanted to use every single page, but yeah, some of them are just less appealing. I can hardly see that. I think that's because we've reached the back. Yeah, that's quite fiddly. Same with the contents page. I use the text on them, or you know, you can cut these words out and put them, you know, if you've got a picture of a robin, then you can put the writing with it. I don't do that because for me it's too finicky. So I think that is all of the signatures out. I think the rest are the fronts and the backs. So I shall take that apart off camera, because it'll probably go. Sometimes they come out easy and sometimes they don't. But and I always use the fronts and backs in collage. And I save this page and this page because I have used those on that page as covers for little notepads. Well, not little notepads, obviously the A5, but you know, just a thin notepad. So that is that. So we'll have a quick flick through, see if we can see two nice covers for the fronts and the backs. Bearing in mind this kit is more purples. I think the main theme is like purple, pink and yellow. So I'm obviously going to use this because that is one of my favourites. And I will cut that apart with my cutter, because many a times I've just ripped down them and made a right mess. So it's like that one. I've never used that page ever, so I will use it for the text, and I will cut those out as fussy cuts. That's beautiful, isn't it? I'd probably use that as a centre for something. A lot of the double pages, I will just keep them like that. And that's obviously going to be my second front. This is my favouriteest Edith Oldham, which I'm sure it's many people's. It is the most you know, known picture. So that will be the fronts of them. The backs, I shall probably do it in text, and then have a little fussy cut on there, and then inside I will probably cover it with the porch prints and then do some pockets with Edith Oldham. So that's that. We kind of know where we are with that. Shall keep these in a pile until I'm out of folders, because I've now working through this unfinished pile and I'm separating things and you know, getting all the things together to do the projects, I'm folderless. So I will just have to keep these somewhere until a folder becomes available. So what I'll probably do is just put them all back in there and put them with my books until I've got a folder. If I do a couple of hours of fussy cutting, I will have a free folder, because I'm very, very close to finishing my fussy cutting off. But obviously it's like ironing, which I don't do anymore, but when I used to, you know, you used to think, yes, I've done the pile, and then a week after you've got another pile. So I shall keep these in here, and they're all the porch prints, so I keep all those together. And I've got a little shelf under my desk, and that can go on there until I'm ready to do it. So I shall get my mat out. Oh, let's have a look where we are on there. It's always quite dark here over here, and I think that I've got like a big chopping board in the corner of my desk, which see if I can, sorry, so that's where I keep, you know, everything that I might need. Oh, I hope that's not making you feel sick. So it does cast quite a shadow. I keep umming and ahhing if to, I'm just going to pause. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to get the positioning right without making, you know, it's not very pleasant when people are moving cameras about. Yeah, so I have been contemplating having one of those trolleys from IKEA that I can just, you know, keep at the side of me. Because, yeah, I do think it causes quite a shadow. Right, what am I going to need? I'm going to need my tear ruler, some glue. Let me turn this 3-in-1 upside down. So that makes that easier. And that's that. Oh! So we shall start, I think, on this side. So when I do put some paper up there, that is when I want to include that envelope. So I think I'm going to use this paper. Just get just take that bit off where, because I obviously want it to go into the corner. Or actually I want to take it right up because I want to cover the other side of the file folder tab thing. So if I kind of went like that, and I'd want it across there. And I'm going to need it as wide as that. I've never done this before. I'm just thinking it'll work out. Right. So if I draw, I'm going to do it in pen because I think if I do it in pencil, I'm just not going to be able to see it. So if I draw a line there, I'm thinking I'm going to have to reinforce the back. So if I cut it, let me see if I can get my scissors in. I have got a blade, but I've not really thought about doing that. here. Come on, stay on this line. It's really important. Right, let's try. See, I want to leave that bit out because I want to have some room to be able to actually push something through. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run a bead of glue. Which way will it have to be? So if it goes in, it's going to be that way, isn't it? Okay. So if I run a bead of glue, I don't know if this is actually going to work. You might have seen the last video when I pulled the top off. Again, this is the second bottle I've done it to, and I pulled the actual needle out. So I'd got some of these syringes, the crafting, so you get like an empty syringe bottle, and you can, you know, syringe out of something and then put it into something else. So I'd bought some of these, I can't remember what for, so I thought I'd try this on there. Well, the other part of the syringe, what I lost, got stuck in the actual cap, so I've got no cap for it, which obviously means it's going to dry up, and my dangle isn't quite long enough that it's going to clear the entire thing out. So I'm guessing now I've got a blockage about there, so I really need something a lot longer. I'll have to search long pins or something. Right, I'll put that to one side. Watch this not want to come out now. There's always some glue issue, isn't there? I think that's one of the main things that I encounter and I see on other people's videos. And I mean, just finding the right glue what actually works for you is a long process, and then there's still things wrong with it. Oh, hold on, how's this gonna go? Oh, hold on. No, I've not done that right, have I? Oh, I have it. Why does it not fit now? What a disaster. Yeah, it didn't quite work out the way I thought. Anyway, so that's that. That will fold up there. I'm just going to cut the top of the envelope. So obviously I'm going to have to stick that on to there. Like a so. Still not got all that. Let's put my glasses on. Right. So that's there. So let me start tearing round. Like so. Yeah, I think I'll stick that whole page down, but then I might go up it a bit. Ink. Oh my goodness, I've gone all topsy-turvy and all funny now. Right. I think it's because obviously we've spoke about a lot of things, and then I wasn't sure if I would actually video any of this today or not. But then when I looked at the timer, I thought, well, we are only on 30 minutes, so we might as well make a bit of a start, because I already feel like I did quite a lot off camera. So we don't need that anymore. So yeah, that should be fine, but we're going up, aren't we? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna glue all on that, so I make sure that I get that. Yep. So it's just started raining. So I've just looked up and thought it had gone quite dark, and it's raining again. So we've had like winter now for a week, but it took a bit to get rid of that humidity. But yeah, it's a lot breezier, and it's not as heavy. And I'm not going out. I mean, I'm still only going out once a week anyway. I've not been called back into work yet. And I'm still just, you know, going to the post office once a week and going food shopping once a week. And I've not been anywhere else. Went to see my mum that once, and we just had a cup of tea in the garden. And I went to see my new grandson and my granddaughters once, and that's it. I'm going to say we're still kind of keeping away from each other because well, I'm letting everybody else do the mixing, and then I'm going to see how things are, because you know, places have already had spikes and are back down on lockdown, and I know, you know, that's not just Britain. I've heard it, you know. I like that. I think that I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that before. I'm sure people have, but to me that was like, wow. Yeah, I love that paper. I will look who it is, and I will put it in the description. It's somebody who's really very reasonable, and they sell quite big. It's all backing papers, and they sell quite big kits. I know I bought one what was green, and then I've bought a brown one, and then I've obviously bought this blue one. So for backing papers, it's brilliant. I'm saying they are very, very reasonable. Right, I'm just concentrating, going across this tab bit. Just using my little Tim Holtz scissors for this. I had bought these scissors for fussy cutting, but I don't like them for fussy cutting. And they're not really very good for cutting ribbon or things like that, but they're very good for just this kind of stuff, just getting round edges and stuff. But I picked them up really very, very cheap. I think it was only £5-6 off Amazon. So they're these ones. But yeah, like I say, I had bought them for fussy cutting, but there wasn't the right scissors for that. I do want to get his big scissors, but they've been out of stock since I've been looking. Sorry, I hope that's not too close. I've just realised the camera is quite low down. I don't think I normally have it as low as that. I don't know if I prefer that or not. I shall re-watch this back and see what I think. Because I do think I filmed quite far off. But I don't know how close people want to be. Because I don't mind whatever. The only thing I don't like is the side views, or when the camera's upside down type thing. But you know, the being close or far away doesn't really bother me. I'll just get closer or further away from the screen. I really like that. I think that's quite lovely. Is it straight? Yeah, I think it is. Dead surprised. Wow. Pulled that off. I thought it was going to be a big disaster. So I will need to find something that pops into there. I might end up just cutting a piece of paper and just putting a plain lined piece there, so it's an actual hidden writing spot. But for now, that is fine. Just got my neutral folder out to the side of me, so I'm just going to pull some. We'll have a look what dictionary page looks like. Let me unclip. Maybe clip because I can't get that out. Have I even got any in here? I don't think I've got any. I did take them out for something. I've got some music paper. Yeah, I think I showed you yesterday that I've been doing some decoupage and I've done it on book paper, and I ended up using what I've got in my collage folder as well, so I do need to refill that. I don't know if you can hear that rain, but it's absolutely thrashing it down. It's having a good thrash. Right, so that's that. I know where I have got a book page. Just reaching in my unfinished pile. I'd slipped some in there because I know I want to use some for something, and I'm not using them because I remember now I've stuck 2 pages together to make them thicker, because they're really thin pages. It's a very old dictionary. Oh, hold on a minute. Right, it's here. So yeah, it's this one. So, oh, I'm on N. Oh, now wow, I'm getting through it. I did think, and this is what happens when you start. I mean, it doesn't matter with this because obviously I'm only using it for collage. But you get then all this. So the more you rip off, you're taking more and more off your page. And that's what was happening with the Edith Oldham books. So I stopped doing that and started taking them apart properly. So that's that. Let me just rip a bit of that. Oh, it's obtrusive. Yeah. And obvious. I always think obvious is really funny word to look at. Don't know why. but I just feel that way when I look at it. Just think, oh, look a bit funny. Right, let's get all them little strips out of the way. Oh, I'm all over the place today. But I suppose when you oh dear, when you're finishing things, it is all a bit here and a bit there. It's not, you know, because I keep going through looking what I've still got to do, what I need to print out for them, what I need to cut out for them. So it is dipping in and out. So, you know, I've got everything ready now for the Edith Holden 2 file folders. And then those 2 envelope. Well, I'll have journals in what I'm going to decoupage and stuff. So I've got everything ready for those. That's as far as I've dipped into my box. I don't want to dip in too much because I will have too many piles everywhere. So yeah, I still think I'm going to be another couple of weeks getting down it. And say I'm keen now to start my butterflies, but again I'm enjoying this because it is so different. I mean, we've gone from, you know, doing the really botanical to now birds, and then we're going to be doing Edith. So it is nice that doing, you know, using all different colours of paper and stuff. I know I've got some more green things to do, so maybe after I've done the Edith ones I might go back to a bit more green before I go on with the decoupage ones. I always feel that I have to go back and do a bit of something green. I really do. I don't know, it's like I feel like I really do have to use some. I'd say it makes me feel like quite fresh. Yeah, weird. Or maybe not. Maybe everybody feels like that. Maybe that's why we all do have favourite colours and stuff, because it evokes a feeling. I hope it'd be really interesting if anyone else has noticed that. You know, comment and let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to think that I'm weird. But like the blue, I always feel quite calm. I just think it has a really calming feel. And same with birds. It's like when I see birds in the garden, it makes me feel really calm. And then the green makes me feel, you know, really alive and fresh. And then the browns make me feel quite grounded. So yeah, I've never actually really put much thought into it, but yeah, I mean, I'm not naturally drawn to the pinks and things, because it makes me feel too girly, and I'm not. Is that upside down, or are those numbers just upside down? I would say that was upside down. Yeah, and that's just something that isn't, you know, I've never been a girly girl. I like some girl things, but I've never really been a girly girl. So, yeah, it's interesting that. So, I'm liking this. I did say about having a pocket, didn't I, of one of these, maybe here. Feel like we probably need something else. So I think I'm going to ink. Which one shall we use for the pocket? I might put that one away and use it somewhere else because I feel that they're more purple. So I'll put them in my box over there. So if I use 2 on this, so we've got 2 quite bright ones and 2 light ones. So if we have, I think we need a dark one for the actual pocket and then a light one, and then we shall have those in there. Now you haven't backed these, I just printed these onto plain white card. I think it's 200 GSM, but I mean, I think sometimes they say something's something and it isn't. So I'm going to back these. Obviously they want doing as well, but cross that bridge when we get to it. So I think I'll just glue stick them down, and then I'll perhaps have to just go around the edges after when I've sorted my nozzle out. Oh, I might just have to sack it off, you know, and just forget about it, because I'm obviously not buying another set for £10. I still think they're fabulous. I do think it's me or something, but yeah, it's just not working for me. I wonder if that, if the actual top will go. Oh no, ignore me. I'm just talking rubbish. Talking rubbish. Right, let's cut round these. Get me bigger scissors. These are amazing. These are what I do for, well, I seem to use these for everything. But they're so comfortable. I mean, I've been doing quite a lot of fussy cutting, you know, for like 2-3 hours at a time, and these haven't given me no fatigue in my hands or anything, and they cut amazing. So I would really like the longer ones as well. Yeah, they're fabulous scissors. Fabulous. Right, we'll just ink around these. These are beautiful. I'll say this is the only colour that I have printed out. It's one that I think I bought it as she brought out. Some kits, as soon as they come out, like, you've just got to have them, and then it'll take me months to get around to using them. But I did go through all my folders and that and have a look what I've still not used and stuff, so I've got a good idea of you know, things that I want to print out and use. Right, so I'm going to glue the 3 sides. And we'll just have that as a little corner pocket, tuck pocket, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and just straight. Just lift that up a little bit. Yeah, and I'll just put it in quite high for now till it till it dries properly. But I do quite like it high like that. You know, I quite like that. That'd work, wouldn't it? If I glued that onto there and there. But being that, been quite adventurous this morning. I wasn't feeling it. It's strange. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. We got a pencil. Oh, big stretch. Right, so if I just put a little mark there and then there. Really, I should have done it back to front, shouldn't I? Right, so we know that one's around there. So I hope everyone else is okay and doing whatever you're doing. You know, I don't know if you're out and about or not. I know a lot of people are still being, you know, quite cautious and stuff. I'm going to say I stay in a lot anyway. The only difference it's really making to my life is, you know, I would probably see my mum, you know, at least once a week, twice a week sometimes, because, you know, she lives 10 minutes away. She passes my house to work and stuff, so sometimes she'll just pop in. And, you know, obviously not seeing my older daughters and the grandchildren and not going to work twice a week. But apart from that, you know, it's not affected me. I can, you know, understand if you do go out and about and stuff, it would be very frustrating. If I'd have been, you know, in my 20s and younger, I'd have been, you know, climbing the walls by now. But yeah, and I don't mean, oh gosh, now I've said that sounds a bit, oh, it don't affect me. I don't mean it in that way at all. I'm just saying, you know, day-to-day life, it's not affecting my day-to-day life. Obviously I'm concerned that, you know, my youngest daughter's not at school, blah blah, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, day-to-day and life isn't any different type thing. Really liking that. Yep. Yep. I was liking it till it got stuck down. So yeah, I love it. Let's just put a bit of ink over that what's just caught. Generosity is giving more than you can, and pride is taking less than you need. Oh, I like that. That's really nice. So I don't know if this needs anything else or not, but for now, I do need to find something small for in there. But yeah, for now, that is done because I obviously want to see, once I've filled this up with tags, I've done the little booklet, this is done. Then I think this is going to be and stuff. So yeah, for now that is done. So we shall leave it at that today. While we're not on film, I think I shall probably back this and get that stuck down, back the little file folder and put you know, like a little belly band for that to sit in. I've not got an idea. I don't know if to put a slot on. Oh, I've got that pocket, haven't I? Here's me saying, oh, I've got no idea. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Yeah, that's going there. See, if I didn't clip these in, I would totally and utterly forget. So it is a really, well, it works for me that you know, that's the way I do things, because yeah, my illness has really affected my my memory. So you know, you find things what work for you and stuff. So yeah, that's why I have lots of folders and keep things together and stuff, because once I've had a thought about something and then it's gone, it could be gone forever. So yeah, why I've got that thought, I do think, right, let me, you know, bundle that together or make a note, or if I see something on YouTube and that what I want to make, I mean, forgive my drawings, but I will actually make a little sketch to remind me, and that within itself will remind me of what I've seen. So yeah, they're just you know, the little things that I do. I'm really loving this. I think it's going to be so pretty. I think I'm going to have to find a few more things for here, but I might just place some birds, you know, some fussy cut birds in and stuff, and I probably will have that on there and have some collage in there. I am going to keep this mainly craft card because I love it against the blues, and I will use some of those trims to jazz it up a little bit. And I don't know, might have a ruffle across there or something when this seam binding comes. So that's that. So thank you very much. It has gone on, oh my goodness, it's over an hour. I'm really sorry to keep you for this long. If you've managed to watch to the end, well done. But yeah, obviously I was trying to keep these videos pretty short, but like I say, with doing, you know, a bit of this and a bit of that, they are going to be a bit longer, and then when I just stop and have a waffle, they're going to be even longer. So that's it from me for today. Keep it safe, everybody. Keep crafting. See you soon. Bye.